Hello, my friends, snow enthusiasts. I'm sure a lot of you here, and congratulations to those who were first, second, and third. So that is a great thing. I love the competition. I'm meteorologist Chris Mulcahy. I'm getting right into it. Here are our snow totals. I know that you don't have a lot of time, so we're going to try to breeze through this. And of course, I'm going to be talking about all of the above. This is a very small window that we're going to see snow in the Charlotte area. It's already snowing around Boone and up in the mountains. That's a bigger deal, and you're seeing higher snow totals there. So about a trace to 1 inch of snow, I would say, for the Gastonia, Shelby, Rock Hill area. And the reason for that, and I'm going to show you this on our hour-by-hour models, that area could be mainly rain. So they're going to see a lot less snow totals. But then going forward, it's really a mountain event that sees the majority of this, seeing 2 to 4 inches as we're just getting into the eastern, southeastern parts of Avery, Watauga, and Ashe County. But above 3,500 feet, so that's just above the elevation that Boone's at, that's where you could really see that 4 to 6 inch range. But again, for the Charlotte area, I would say about 1 to 2. Before I was calling about 1 to 3. I think there could be maybe a couple of pockets like that further off towards the east. I'm going to name you Albemarle, Wadesboro, where the snow lasts a little bit longer. Charlotte, 1 to 2 inches, I think it looks to be a pretty good estimation. So I'm going to take your questions as time goes on. So make sure to put them down there as goes on. But I want to show you exactly what we have for the setup. For one, temperatures are super warm right now. Likely when snow happens later on today, temperatures are going to be above freezing. And I'll explain how that happens. What's going to happen is that heavy rain potentially could drag in some of the colder air above. So when that happens, that snow above is able to be stripped down there, drags in some of that cooler air because of just the rain rates. So temperatures could be from 33 to 40 degrees, but still some of those wet, fluffy snowflakes will be coming down. And it's a quick, instant change. I think that's what you're going to be seeing from about 7 to 9 o'clock. And that's why we have the timing of these winter weather advisories for Charlotte. These start at 7 o'clock and go until 7 a.m. But realistically, for the snowfall, for the bad road conditions, it's between about 8 to 9 o'clock that this starts, and it can end as early as midnight to about 2 o'clock. And that's the big change. The duration isn't going to be as long. So let me show you most recent updated future cast that we have. For one, it's already snowing in the mountains. And then we're borrowing a little extra energy from the coast. The nor'easter is where we're just borrowing energy. It's a cold front that's moving through our area that's really causing this. So it first starts to rain in the foothills by about mid to late afternoon. Notice Charlotte, we still have nothing going on at this point. It's not until about that 7 o'clock hour that we first see our signs of rain. Could arrive a little bit earlier, but those rain rates will pick up. But then it's between about that 8 to 9 o'clock that we're seeing a decent consensus that rain could be changing over to snow. I think at first it might be rain and snow. Maybe a little bit of sleet mixes in, and then it turns into all snow. But notice how limited the window is here around the Charlotte area. You see snow, still some heavier rates. This is 11 o'clock, midnight to 2 o'clock. At that point, I think most of the activity is done, but you notice how snow is sticking around a little bit longer for Albemarle, Monroe, Wadesboro. They could have some slightly higher totals, maybe above that 2-inch mark. And then by tomorrow morning, we're just talking about the big freeze, the big chill down. But here's how it all ties into the nor'easter before I get to your questions. There's that front. Watch what this nor'easter does. It blows up. It sucks in the energy from that cold front. And then this thing turns into gusts up to possibly 60 to 70 miles per hour for Cape Cod and the islands. And that's why all on the coast, they have blizzard warnings. The last time that at least Southeast New England did this was March 2018. That was 1,423 days ago. Clearly, I have too much time in my hands and we're counting days here. Okay, so getting to some questions. We'll try to refrain from individual areas, but I'm going to bring the snow map back up just to humor a few of you that have put your comments there. Let's go county by county. So the further south that you live, or I would say southwest, that's going to be a better chance that Chester County, some of you in the western side, even York County, could you have barely a trace of snow. Really, the gradient as far as how much snow we see really increases right through the Charlotte area. That's going to be your best chance. Right there, you could see maybe south by Charlotte near the airport, see less than an inch. Meanwhile, Concord could see closer to 2 inches, even a little bit more. It's kind of like this last event that we had, that when that snow was falling, it was just very persistent, consistent, maybe some rates about a quarter to a half inch per hour at the maximum, but the snow is a lot heavier and lasting a little bit longer in the mountains just because of more of a duration event. And then by the time you get to sunrise time, all that's done and we're just dealing with more of an icy situation. Let me see. Hello for York. Time York will see snow and will it be a trace? All right, so York itself, York County, I think you have a chance for maybe seeing up to an inch, but let's go the hour by hour to specifically answer because I know a lot of you are probably watching from York and just that area in general. It's really going to be, I would say, between 7 and 9 that you see the changeover. That's going to be your best chance. And my future cast is taking forever to get up here. All right, let's bring it up to the point that this is showing. So here's 7 o'clock. York could, I think of that rain really between 7 to 9. Yeah, that verifies. But notice how long it lasts. 11 to midnight, you're pretty much done. So that's only about a 2 to 3 hour period that you might be seeing snow in York. All right. So Nikisha, hopefully I said that right. Please take the snow and cold away. I want to go outside. All right, Nikisha, I'm going to talk to you specifically. Binge watch on Saturday because what I'm about to show you, you're not going to enjoy about this. I don't think anyone watching is going to enjoy this unless for some reason you like temperatures in the teens. So our wind chills are going to feel like the teens starting off your Saturday morning. If you're spending time in the mountains, realistically through the morning time, it's going to feel like it is 5 to 10 below zero. Scrolling on, look at these values, feeling like the 20s most of the day on Saturday. Still negative values for the mountains. It's not until it's raced forward until about the end of the day on Sunday. It's not until about 2, 3, 4 o'clock that we start to feel like it's above freezing. So that's over a 24-hour period that it's going to feel that cold. That's for the actual air temperatures. We will get back to the mid 30s on your Saturday afternoon. And we have sunshine, which is going to melt away a lot of that snow. Let me see what area it looks like for the Chapel Hill area, Gastonia, Monroe area, a few other ones that we're starting to mention. All right, let's go back to the map. And again, put your questions in the comment for a different timing. Answering everyone in general, if you're just joining me, 7 to 9. I think that's a good transition that we're going to see maybe the rain changing over to snow. And during that window, you might not have any precipitation to begin with. And then you could have a quick changeover from rain and then rain, snow, and then all snow. And it lasts for a few hours after that. So, okay, back to our snow map. Mentioning Gastonia. Gastonia, I think that you're going to see up to an inch with this event. It's going to be right along that I-85 corridor that usually starts to change things over. But I think you're going to have a solid duration to at least see up to that inch range. Another one that we mentioned, well, let's see, Mount Holly, you're going to be in that Gastonia range. Rock Hill, I would say up to an inch, you're still in that white. It's really from Charlotte to Kannapolis to Concord, Albemarle, spreading east that way, that Hank has a better shot at over an inch mark. It's just about duration here. Before, I think this was looking like a 6-hour event. Now it's looking to be a little less. Still pretty sizable. If you get a heavier snow ray, it's going to blow out everything that I'm saying. Randy Burgess, you said no freezing rain, I hope. Good news, my friend. No freezing rain as well. And sorry for my mind. It goes all over the place. You also asked about Chapel Hill. So Chapel Hill is interesting because that's just outside of our viewing area. So this Chapel Hill, I think you're close to the 2 to 4 inch range. This snow that you're seeing right here, that 2 to 4, that 4 to 6, that has nothing to do with the cold front that's happening. That's all associated with the nor'easter. So here's what it looks like if you missed this. The front moves through. If this nor'easter wasn't there off coast, this wouldn't even be really an event because we're just borrowing some moisture that's blasting into it. And then it bends and twists. And then eventually the nor'easter takes the headlines and takes it all away from us. That's why it's not going to be lasting all that long. And then Monroe, that's the other one that I missed. Sorry, I'm all over the place. Monroe, I think you can see up to 2 inches. You're pretty much solid in that bet. 1 to 2 inches there. And again, anyone from the mountains, about 2 to 6 inches when this is all said and done. So plain and simple. If you're not on the roads, this isn't a big issue for you. It's actually going to be aesthetically pleasing. If you remember last Friday, we were only talking this exact same live stream at this point a week ago. It was actually pretty pleasant. It wasn't too bad. It does get slick on you pretty quickly. But then the next day, even though it's a very cold day, it'll be blustery. That sunshine is going to melt a lot away. Tanya, you said thank you. I appreciate it. All good. Sherry, you said, so Rock Hill is going to get 0. No. Rock Hill, you're going to see snow. You're going to see snow. See, looking at this map, trace to 1, that means still you're going to see snow because check out your window. I want everyone to follow this map that I'm about to bring up and find where you live. Of course, it's taking its time. So let's go to 6 o'clock. All right, find where you live. This is the model that I like the best, give or take an hour maximum. So watch the changeover. So we're talking about a changeover 6 to 7 o'clock happening in Lincoln. 7 to 8 o'clock, it's starting to move into Mecklenburg County, Gastonia improved. Rock Hill, you've seen about 8 to 9. That's where you have the better changeover. But look at it, it's still snowing from 9 to 10 to 11 o'clock. If you have a snow rate about a 1/4 inch per hour, that's getting up close to an inch at that point. You're seeing a few bands here that are a little bit a darker lavender color, really pretty color. That's representing a bigger snow rate as well. So that's why I think you're still going to have some pockets in the 1 to 2 that could have a little bit more, but really averaging an inch looks like to be the best. Joy Mary, she said, event tomorrow, Loft Hotel, 12 p.m. in Mooresville. What will it look like? Okay, so by the end of the morning time, we're done with the snow. Temperatures are going to try to get above freezing. So let me bring you to that point. Here we go. So here's noon. Temperatures starting to get above freezing. If you're talking about Mooresville, you're looking at like 31, 32 degrees. It's blustery at this point. It feels like 20 degrees. Not a great day to be outside, but it will be at least sunny. So a lot of that is going to be melting away. So Girls' Day sip and shop event, as long as you're in the shops. And we're treating a lot of the roads. So I don't think it'll be too bad. I think really the worst time to be out on the roads is starting after 7. If you can get off the roads at 7, 8, you might still be see rain in Charlotte. At that point, things will change, especially late evening. And with temperatures below freezing, all this is freezing over. So it's not a good start to the day. But I realistically do, and maybe this is just my New England thinking, considering like what they typically get, that I think a lot of us are going to be fine by the afternoon because that sunshine, the direct solar radiation melts a lot of it. So Concord is in that purple pocket. All right, so Concord, going back to the graphic, and we don't have a lot of time, so I can't keep on doing all these questions. Love answering questions, by the way. You're more in that blue. So I think Concord, you're about that 1 to 2, pretty much a solid bet. Valentine, you're on the 1-2 cusp. I think you're seeing up to an inch. In Charlotte itself, we haven't asked directly Charlotte. I think that you're looking at really a solid inch, maybe up to about the 2 inch mark. Looks to be a good bet. Another Joy Marie saying thank you. So it looks like a light dusting in Cleveland County. This is what I think anything that's up to an inch is called a light dusting to a coating. That you're physically going to be seeing snow. It's really north and east of Charlotte, has a better chance for the real accumulations like we saw before. But hey, I've been surprised before. If these rain rates just are over exceeding a little bit, that 1 to 3 inch mark is going to come to fruition. So think 1 to 2, pockets up to 3. Further southwest you go less, further northeast you go, of course, a little bit more. Well, that's going to wrap up my coverage. So Brad is going to be in Boone. He's there for Winterfest. So if you're from the mountains, he's going to make snow, but he doesn't really even need to because Mother Nature's doing that for him. But Brittany is going to be on here later. I think Brad's going to be joining. So we'll continue to keep you updated. Most importantly, stay safe, everyone. Thanks for trusting me. It's been good to see you. But again, if you don't need to be on the roads, don't. Enjoy a good movie, some popcorn, hot chocolate. Man, I'm just setting on my evening. Enjoy, everyone. Thanks a lot for watching WCNC. Next newscast at 4 o'clock.